Hey everybody, and welcome to today's strategy application tutorial. Today, we're going to be looking at the emerging makeup company Glossier and their strategic challenge of international expansion. To do this, we're also going to be reviewing some of their best makeup products. Let's get started. Before applying a full face of makeup, it's really important to start with a clean face, because your clean face is going to be the canvas for the rest of your look. Today, we're going to be using Glossier's Milk Jelly Cleanser and Future Dew Serum.
Glossier started off as a beauty blog for followers to recommend makeup products. It ended up creating its own line of makeup, skincare, and fragrance products. It's primarily an online retailer with a few stores in the United States. They're looking to expand into more countries, but they're having a lot of trouble deciding where to go and how to do it. So today we're going to be going through a full recommendation on how Glossier should go about expanding.
To start off our tutorial, I'm going to be using a Porter's 5 Forces Analysis Primer in order to make sure our decisions for Glossier are really set well. So let's go.
When looking at the cosmetic industry and Glossier's position in it, we notice a few things. There are a lot of competitors in the market, and the customer power is high. This means that the overall profitability potential is low because consumers have the ability to drive prices down. Additionally, supplier power is low, threat of substitutes is high, but the threat of new entrants is low because of the high barriers to entry. Since Glossier is already in the market but is looking to expand, they need to focus on neglected markets. Expanding into Europe wouldn't make any sense because of how many companies hold market share there. There would be little opportunity for profitability. So, our recommendation is to move into Asia, starting in Singapore. There are fewer market players, and Glossier will have the ability to cater to the needs of its market. We will be starting in Singapore because there will be less cultural barriers to worry about, and it already has an established market for high-end products.
Now I'm moving on to concealer and foundation. I'll be using this brand of probes to set an even, smooth foundation for the rest of our makeup to be applied on.
One of Glossier's strongest assets is the strong relationship with its customers. Especially since Glossier started from a blog and grew into what it is today because of customers' loyal cult-like following on social media. In venturing into Singapore, Glossier first needs to create a customer base. This can be achieved through partnering with social media influencers to start up the hype on social media. Glossier can also partner with the Smart Local, which is Singapore's BuzzFeed equivalent, to promote their launch. Glossier can leverage on its customer base to find out what kind of makeup Singaporean customers seek. For example, Glossier can co-create makeup products with Singaporean customers that suit the humid, hot, and stuffy Singapore weather, which means makeup that is waterproof, heatproof, and can control shine.
Do you see how I'm making sure to cover my whole face? The steps I'm taking now are going to build a foundation for the rest of my look to go on. Just like Glossier's probes are going to build a foundation to bring Singapore the makeup it deserves. Now I'm moving on to my highlight and contour, where I'm going to be using both a cream and a powder to set it. For this, I'm going to be using transactional cost economics.
In the case of Glossier entering the Singapore market, they should run their own marketing campaigns instead of outsourcing it to an external company. This will give them more control on the kind of image they want to portray, and they would be able to adjust their marketing angles quickly. Outsourcing their marketing and branding will be detrimental as an external marketing firm might not understand the brand as well, and it's also much more difficult to adjust the marketing angles. However, Glossier should hire a consultant well-versed on the consumer market in Singapore, as well as someone that is experienced in the makeup industry. This is because it will shorten their learning curve and help them understand the consumer market much quicker. Doing otherwise might result in huge marketing budgets spent with ineffective results. Glossier should also have an in-house customer service team located in Singapore, and they should hire local Singaporeans. This is so that they are able to have first-hand information on customer feedback. They should hire Singaporeans because it will allow the company to connect better with the locals. Glossier should outsource parts of their business that they are not familiar with, such as distribution and logistics. As Glossier is not familiar with the distribution process in Singapore, it is better to outsource it initially so that they are able to fulfill their orders. Being a relatively new company in the Singapore market, they can't afford to make any mistakes in distribution, like mixing up orders or late delivery, because that could severely damage their reputation.
Next, we're going to go in with some bronzer to give my face some dimension. So we're going to be using my personal favorite, Resource-Based View, in the shade Golden Glow.
Glossier really reinforces their brand identity through direct consumer feedback by using crowdsourcing. When they expand into Singapore, they can gather opinions on things like the shades of color and the type of products that are needed by Singaporean consumers. Ultimately, this would help Glossier build a strong customer base even before they enter into the market. So before we move on to the eyes, let's just take a step back and review the benefits that not only the RBV bronzer can offer. I really recommend this because it's valuable. This is the only product that you'll get where you can interfere in the production and making of the product itself. You just simply have to share your opinions or recommendations through crowdsourcing, and who knows, Glossier might actually take them into consideration. So it creates a stronger bond with customers, which increases customer loyalty too, which is especially important when entering a new market. Also, this is what makes the bronzer so rare. It's customized to the Singaporean environment, so you no longer have to worry about your makeup going all over the place because it'll last longer. In fact, there's no other makeup brand that offers customized products for a specific target market, and you won't be able to get products like this anywhere else because it's simply hard to imitate. Glossier has a team of partners that develop, manufacture, and supply products on their behalf. So what's so special about this? Actually, the suppliers embody Glossier's core values in their own operations, so I can assure you that you're buying something much more than just a simple bronzer, because core values are hard to imitate. They are tacit knowledge, and these core values extend way back to when the founder, Emily Weiss, first started her beauty blog.
Now that our skin is ready, we're going to move on to my personal favorite part, eyes. Eyes are really the thing people tend to notice most when you wear makeup and on your face, and that'll let us know that we've really pulled the whole look together. So I'm going to be starting off with an eyebrow pencil from Positive Reinforcement Loops in the shade Mocha.
As a digitally native company, Glossier holds immense power on social media platforms like Instagram and has invested greatly in fostering a loyal community of effortless makeup lovers. They have done several pop-ups across the United States in cities like San Francisco, Boston, and Seattle, where they really add a whole new meaning to experiential marketing. These pop-ups are all about giving customers a fully immersive and interactive Glossier experience that they can enjoy together. It's also what encourages customers to share their experiences with others and create more user-generated content, hence the positive reinforcement loop.
So now I'm going to be going in with my eyeshadow. I'm going to be going in now with the shade Brand Appeal.
Glossier constantly leverages this user-generated content on social media because it's much more effective and genuine to customers than traditional advertising. Not to mention, it's also free. People are always more quick to trust people who seem similar to them, so the best thing Glossier can do is get its own customers to talk about their products. When moving into Singapore, Glossier should use a similar experiential marketing strategy while showing off its products to gain the same excitement and loyalty in a new market.
To finish off this look, we're going to go in with some liquid eyeliner and mascara to make sure our eyes pop.
Speaking of structure, Glossier has endless possibilities and creative opportunities when designing the structure of its pop-up stores in Singapore. Since Singapore is such an artfully designed city with the perfect intersection of cosmopolitan and natural beauty, Glossier can represent this beauty in its pop-up. Ideally, the pop-up can be designed as a two-story building. They can start by creating a mini replica of some of the city's most prominent features, such as Gardens by the Bay and Raffles Hotel, sprinkled with trees and luscious flowers in between. Customers can walk through the first story of the pop-up, take some pictures for the gram, and shop for makeup products set up across the floor while admiring the city model. They can then travel up to the second floor to shop for Glossier merchandise and watch a special video showcasing the launch of Glossier in Singapore. Overall, it's a fun and interactive experience that can get people excited about Glossier together.
Now we're going to be finishing off the look with a few final touches like blush, lipstick, and of course, setting spray. Alright, and my face is done. As you can see, I used a combination of products to achieve this look, and we recommend Glossier to draw insights from the combination of strategic frameworks we have used to guide their launch into the Southeastern Asian market. Just a quick recap, we used Porter's 5 Forces for priming, Probes for foundation, TECE for contour and highlight, RVV for bronzer, and of course, we need the positive reinforcement loop for our eyes in the form of a pop-up store in Singapore for customers to really experience and feel Glossier products. You can see that in this look, it really brings out natural beauty. And so our solutions would bring out the best side of Glossier to Singaporean customers as well. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial creating that glossy look. Stay tuned for another episode coming next week. Bye!